Okay, linear graphing calculator worksheet part 2. Linear graphing calculator worksheet part 2. So I'm going to come up with some new points here. I'm going to call this number 1A, and here are the new points. So just go ahead and put this underneath here. It's going to be negative 15, 8, and negative 8, 7, and negative 3, 0, and 0, 0, and 7, negative 3. So boom, 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 5 points. So we're going to put these in here. So I'm not going to reset it. I'm just going to put the points in over the top of the points that I just had. So if I go back to the process here, stat, edit. So I hit the stat button, which is right here. All right, let me make this a little bit bigger here for myself. So stat, and then I would choose edit, which is enter. And I'm just going to put the new points right over the top of the old points. Negative 15 is the first one, so I type negative 15, enter. Negative 8 is the next one. Remember, I'm using the negative key instead of the minus key. Negative 3, 0, and 7. I go back up to the top. So I put in the new points here for the x's. Now I'm going to put the new points in for the y's. So 8 is the first one. 7 is next. 0, 0, and negative 3. So I'm going to bring this up into focus here again. Hit the focus button. I'm going to make it level. And right there, focus. So I have the new points put in there. Negative 15, 8, negative 8, 7, negative 3, 0, 0, 0, and 7, negative 3. It's always good to check over, make sure you have those right. Sometimes people enter 5 numbers here and 4 numbers over here, and that freaks the calculator out. Everything has to match up perfectly. All right, focus. Let's see. So now I'm going to go back through, enter the data. So stat, edit, enter. Now I'm going to do the stat, calculate, linear regression 4. So just following these steps that I've laid out here. So we hit the stat button. We slide over to edit, not edit, slide over to calculate, down to number 4. And it's still L1, L2. Store regression. Now we get to sing the little song. Vars, y vars, function y1. So I hit vars, y vars, function y1. Choose calculate. And it spits out the answer instantly. So there's my slope and my y-intercept for the second one. So the slope is y is equal to negative 0.55. X plus 0.31. I'm rounding to 2 decimal places. There's a lot of decimal places I'm around to 2. So these points fit pretty close to this. Now let's see how closely they fit. Remember we did before, we hit the y equals button. That's where the equations are, because they all say y equals. This is called the equation editor. And see, there's the new equation there. The plot is still turned on, so it's going to plot the points and graph the line together so you can see the difference. Hit the graph button and it'll happen. So here we have to use our imagination a little bit. We need to think about, like, you know, the whole Goldilocks thing. Let me bring this up here higher so you can see it better. Hit the focus button. So you see this one is too big and this one is too small, but see the line goes through just right. And this is what we're creating here. It's called a trend line. So it's kind of the trend of the line. So here are the problems on this paper. They're like story problems, but I wanted you to focus on this first. And they're not really story problems, they're more instructions. So basically you have your x's here, so this is your L1, and then this would be the L2. So you can put those in the calculator and come up with the equation and then do what it says. You're supposed to use the equation to predict the future and things like that, like how many metric tons will there be in this year. Well, you can put that number into your line equation and figure it out when it's going to happen. Over here we have calories and grams of fat. So we just, again, just make this L1, make this L2. And then down here we got L1 and L2. So what you need to do is generate the equations. If you get stuck on some of this, it's okay. I'll be back and help you kind of sort it out. But if you could generate the equations and practice that part of it, then when I get back, we can hit the ground running. Running with the ground hitting. No, hit the ground running. All right. So give that your best try. It's a little bit overwhelming in the beginning. Again, you can review the video, back it up, play it as many times as you want.